How could anybody believe that a small child in Arizona or Texas or Oklahoma, while playing in the backyard, could be carried away by a pterodactyl? We will get to that. First, in southern Arizona, one morning in October of 1945, 2-year-old Mike McDonald was playing in his yard with the family dog. Without warning, the boy and the dog were gone. When the family couldn't find him, police, ranchers, and farmers joined in the search. The next morning, Joe Mazie and the 2-year-old's father, Ed McDonald, were on horseback searching an area 15 miles from where the boy disappeared. Joe saw a dog, and as the men got closer, Ed recognized his family dog. It was next to a dugout hole, and when the men looked into the 2-foot-wide opening, there was little Mike McDonald, sleeping. Aside from a small cut on his foot, the boy had no injuries. What a relief! What happened? Keep with us, and we'll get into the answer and why little Mike was found 15 miles from home, and why he was in a dugout hole, and why the cut was on his foot rather than on another part of his body, and why the family dog was still alive, and why it was still with the boy. Before getting into all those answers, however, we need to see how 2 other children escaped injury and what kind of animal put them in danger. But even before that, we need to know what attacked 3 men who were fishing at the Delaware River at night.
And my 2 cousins, they're like my brothers, my best friends, and we used to go fishing all the time. Now we're back in 1984, and I'm 24 years old at the time. We go bass fishing. My cousin goes up to get more bait, and this black shadow goes past us. And we looked at each other and said, "What was that?" And I don't know. All of a sudden, that black shadow comes straight down on top of us, very prehistoric. The only thing I can tell you is that it was a pterodactyl, and there was nothing else. We were like looking at it, and it come down on top of us. So we had our fishing rods, 7-foot fishing rods, and we started whacking at it. And it would come down and try to pick us up with its talons. It would come up to like 15, 20 foot, just out of the reach of our ugly stick, and just hover there flat. And then it would come down, and when it came down, it would open its claws up and try to come and pick us up. And when it came down at us, we would hit it, and we would hit it like the lower body and at its feet. It came down at us at least 12, 15 times. Each wing was 8-10 feet long.
We'll soon get back to little Mike and how his adventure may relate to the one at the Delaware River. Yet first consider how a 4-year-old girl in Cordell, Oklahoma in 1977 escaped from a dangerous animal. Sarah was walking past the chicken coop. She turned to see a huge flying creature diving toward her. It was covered in dark fur and had teeth in its beak. The girl ducked down to the ground, and the animal just missed grabbing her. In 2021, she reported the encounter to a cryptozoologist and said, quote, "They will need to rewrite the books because if it is extinct, then it happened after 1977, unquote. Now we get to Huntsville, Texas, with a frightening encounter in about early 2017. In the words of the grandmother, quote, "My grandchild was outside playing just before dark. This giant bird with no feathers tried to take him. I grabbed him and ran inside. It's been 3 years. I never mentioned it before. I thought no one would believe it," unquote. Could the 2-year-old in southern Arizona in 1945 have been carried away by a flying creature similar to the ones described by the eyewitnesses in other areas of the United States? After we look at the details in the rescue of little Mike McDonald, perhaps there is no explanation that would satisfy most persons. A human predator could have carried him away, but remember that the family dog seems to have followed the boy for at least 15 miles. Why would a human predator be unable to lose that dog? And why would he put the boy into a dugout hole 15 miles away? Please make a comment and invite others to participate. Also check the description for more details on this account.